Dolvine here. I am doing a live stream on asset protection. I was practicing making live streams and I'm testing out the video and I wanted to make a video in case the video audio actually turns out how I hoping it should. I've already done a couple trials, but I'm hoping I got the microphone here you can see, so alright, anyways, no one's probably watching this live, but it will be saved to my YouTube channel. So, asset protection is something I was looking into most recently. As far as like online business, I took a class not too long ago, and one of the main things the dude talked about was asset protection. And I hadn't really looked into that or heard a whole lot about it, but after hearing the brief thing that he talked about on it, it made me do a little more research. So it's just kind of my understanding of what I think asset protection is, and if you need it, why you need it, and how it kind of works from my understanding. There's a lot of books out there and YouTube channel videos. I came across that Rich Dad Poor Dad dude who had some good advice, and he had a book that he was selling on his YouTube thing from some Gary dude, I want to say, but I'd seen that Gary guy's name pop up other channels or YouTube, so I'm sure that guy probably got some good information. That's a good place to look to. So I just kind of did my own research looking at articles online of what it actually is. So they say it's to protect one's assets from creditor claims. So basically, if somebody sues you, that they can't sue your property or your car or take your car and stuff like that, because this will protect you from all that. It's kind of like, just a safety precaution, with like the world we're living in with everybody liking to sue and stuff, and if they think you have a company and they somehow can get a frivolous lawsuit out of you, they'll, might try and do that and take your stuff, and if you're not prepared, you could lose everything you worked out hard to get. So, it's kind of like, it's a little bit of an investment, but, you might as well, in the long run, like, basically what you're doing is you set up a asset management limited partnership, and that you put all your different things such as your property, assets, your wealth, um, taxes are another big thing you're gonna have to look at, and stocks, etc. Your cash, your house, your real estate, your office, retail space, anything like that. So if someone got hurt, on your property and they want to try and sue you for your business money too, like that's they're not going to be able to. So what it does, in case most people, it's like the dude said on one of the videos I was watching that it's like a 10% chance of his clients actually needing it, and then 10% of those actually had to what they call trigger their money to actually dump your money into a different account overseas that it can't be touched here, with the court systems and all that. So having that option available makes the people wanting to come after you a lot less, because they're not going to sue you if you can just move your money, and then they're not going to be able to get it, and you're protecting yourself. So it's, to set it up, there's going to be a fee. You should pay somebody to do that, and then there might be an annual fee. But if you're making money in the long run, you might as well do this, because it's going to save you, and you can't just go up and do this after somebody's already tried to like sue you for something or whatever, because then they'll know what you're trying to do. But if you already have it set up, and you're just trying to protect yourself from fucking people out there that are trying to scam you and stuff, and so then that shows you're just trying to do like business type stuff, and that's one thing I didn't realize when I first started looking into business and online stuff. Is you gotta protect that shit. So you might be starting out and you don't have a ton of money yet on your company, but once maybe it starts going, and that's when stuff comes along. So it's just something you need to think about, and it's a good thing to have. Couple things, like your business versus your individual entities, they're called. You're gonna need to get familiar with that word entity. That's something to familiar yourself with, and um, yeah, it kind of limits access to certain valuable assets. So um, you have to do everything. You operate within the bounds of the debit creditor that might try and come after you. So a lot of that's what big companies do. So it's like you set up an LLC, so the company's not in your name. That's what the Rich Duport Act said. It's like you don't want the stuff in your name because then people come and they could try to take it out of your name. But if you set it up in the company's name and they come after the company, you also can have another LLC under that. That might sound a little confusing, but I thought it was too. But it's actually pretty straightforward. I can link a good video of how the dude explained it, or how I got the understanding is. It's kind of what the corporations do. People think their business can't be a corporation, but that's what you want to do. Make it a corporation, and then there's corporations within. So like, let's say I have Dildine, I would have another company under that too. So if they came after Dildine, you transfer everything over to Dollak or whatever. That's what a lot of these big companies do, and they make it super confusing. But if you actually stop and think about it, and understand that you can actually do it for not even that amount of money. Like, yeah, you want to pay a lawyer, and that's accountant, but if you work with them, you can find people online, find the best deal. So it's like it's something I just recommend doing. The dude, it's kind of like like the guy, the Rich Dad Poor Dad dude. He said he used like a castle example that I thought was kind of interesting. And then back in the day, you had a castle to protect all your stuff. This is like the modern day castle protecting your business. And he even said, you don't even have your car in your name. Like he had a good story about that. I'm sure his video pops up right there if you want to see it.
You have a text message.
Yeah, so the company owns your car, and then something happens with that, it's not on you personally.
You have a text message.
So yeah, I had a text message there. So yeah, if you're into real estate, this is really important. If somebody got hurt on your property, with estate planning, you need to combine your short-term and your long-term goals, and then your future real estate plans. Thinking ahead, it can pay off. And this is one of those things that you just do it, get it out of the way, and then you don't really have to think about it, except for yearly and in case anything happens. Yeah, it's kind of in insurance. Another name a guy was calling it online is net worth insurance. Um, there's got a good, maybe I could pop one up on the screen here, an example of like the flow chart they use. So it's like you have your personal, your cash, and then um, that's why you put your corporation into an LLC. He used the example of like you're kind of locking that off and keeping it separate, but then it goes all back into your limited partnership, which is what I explained. And there's family limited partnership, which you're like the limited partnership. You can find people online that you can find an agent to fill all that stuff out for you and all that. But yeah, I saw this a Lodmell dude that seemed like he was pretty legit and he had a bunch of clients. LODMELL.com. I was gonna look into actually talking to him about it. Um, yeah, like so, property is kind of a risky, considered a high risk asset because people can get hurt. It's a more expensive asset, and so you're gonna have to definitely look into like real estate more if that's your thing. But as far as like office space or retail space, um, being able to keep that stuff all, in case someone got hurt on your retail store in your office, like they can't sue you and take everything because you have this all set up to protect yourself. Um, yeah, so basically, yeah, in case anything would happen, you have trigger protection, and then this is pretty much just like a default.